Hi, this is Mike Morgan, President of North American Nutritional, with a message for you on how to run faster. The key principle for running faster is increasing your lactate threshold. In case you don't know what your lactate threshold is, you're probably not alone. So here's the lowdown. Now, if you want to learn how to run faster, you got to listen closely. Your body creates lactic acid as a byproduct of your training. The harder you go, the more lactic acid affects your body, and you notice it with the sting. I'm sure you've felt that before. At the moment, your body cannot remove lactic acid at a faster rate than it's produced. That is your lactate threshold. It can be improved by training and the right supplements. As your lactate threshold increases as a percentage of your maximum heart rate, your running will have access to more power and more speed. That's because now your efforts will produce more power for the same amount of effort. Tempo runs are sustained efforts at or very near your anaerobic threshold intensity. They're very effective means of increasing your lactate threshold, and even more effective in increasing the amount of time that you can sustain at this pace before you fatigue. The basic tempo format is about 20 to 40 minutes of running at a comfortably hard pace. And, of course, you're going to want to have a good warm-up and a good cool down. When tempo runs are first introduced into your training cycle, they should be fairly short. I would say no longer than 20 minutes, and gradually increase their duration about 5 minutes a week. Or if you feel better, you can go 10 minutes a week from 1 week to the next until you get to a maximum of 40 minutes. That is your ceiling for runners and triathletes of pretty much all levels. Some runners do tempo runs that last longer than an hour, but they're not really doing you any good. That's more like a time trial, and you're going to need to take extra training days off afterwards to recover. By staying under the 40 minutes, you won't have to do that. Now, some runners divide their tempo runs into long intervals of 6 to 10 minutes, and they'll do 3 or 4 of these with some very moderate aerobic running in between so that they can recover. This type of run is called a cruise interval. They're a little easier than tempo runs that involve an equal amount of anaerobic threshold pace, but they don't have the breaks. So these are a little easier to implement, and you could start with those in your next training cycle. Now, alternate between these intervals. 1 month you can do 2 days a week of cruise intervals, say on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then the next month, switch it over to 2 days a week of tempo on those same Tuesdays and Thursdays. Now, you can also increase your lactate threshold with supplements. Enduramax has been proven in the field by world-class athletes and elite military operatives. The unique ingredients in Enduramax are legal for sport. They're safe and they're of the highest quality. So go and learn some more about the amazing shortcut to a higher lactate threshold and discover how to run faster in 2 weeks or less. Check out www.endurance2themax.com. Thank you.